Hi, I'm Ian Ziering, and you're listening to Brigade-Radio-One.
Everybody, for the purposes of the audience here, to get the craziness started, why don't you walk us through how this idea came about and how you managed to bag this in 2 epic days of production, physical production. That's for any of you to answer. Eddie, you want to take that one? I feel like you're in charge.
No. How it came about, I think Alex.
Are we down a mic?
No. We're sharing. We share. This is Eddie's. We share.
That's right.
Okay.
Sharing is caring.
I had met Alex on a picture about 5 years ago in the north of Spain. We worked on a picture together, and we got to talking, and he popped into town for AFM in Santa Monica, and he popped down to a local beach bar that I was working at, and he said, look, I'd always loved the Cheers show, and I'd love to write something, put something together. What would you say about me writing a show about you owning a beach bar, being a fish out of water, a New Yorker in LA, owning a bar? What do you say to that? Any actor who has a guy walk up and says, can I write something about you? Say, absolutely. So that's how I came up. I give it to Alex now, I'm going to elaborate a little bit.
No, that's exactly like Eddie said, apart from everything he just said. No, that's exactly it. Eddie was working at Big Dean's at the time, and I had strolled in to, have a couple beers with him, and was seeing him work, and I noticed how he was interacting with the customers, and the customers were interacting with him. And that's exactly right. I said, hey, Eddie, what if this place was your place? And we created a show about you owning Big Dean's. So that was the genesis right there. He's like, I like that. Yeah, Big Dean's! I was born in LA.
And now it's my turn. Actually, it's, I'm sort of into serendipity. And this was a great example of that. What?
That's hilarious how you classified that. No, continue.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm listening. Who are you? Anyway, so basically, the guy who was our on-set dresser on a show called Greek, which I was privileged to be a producing director on for 4 amazing years, is friends with Alex. His name is Tony Prado. I think he's here tonight.
Prado!
Hey!
Prado!
We worked with Tony, and Tony was also in the same movie in Spain, on Brigade.
See, it's all serendipity.
Yeah, without Tony, we wouldn't be here.
Very true.
Anyway, so he contacted me on Facebook, of course, and so I'm just telling people you can get a job on Facebook. It's not worthless, it's not a big waste of time, well maybe these days, but anyway, that's all. So he was very sort of diffident, and he said, oh, it'd be so great if you would just take a minute and maybe read a page or 2. Anyway, the long story short, I read the script, and immediately I loved it because it has characters who are rich and they're complicated, but none of them are really mean. Which today, so many shows today, you start to watch them, and there's not one character in there that is not a nasty. I'm not going to say a bad word, but I would. So this is just such a warm-hearted, I don't think it's sappy, but it's got a nice warm heart, it's coming from a great place, and it's kind of like, it hit me really well because I think in my life, I think I'm somehow a cynical Pollyanna, which doesn't really go together, but look at me. So this show
have to explain who Pollyanna is for the millennials.
I do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, look it up on Google. Look it up on the interweb. But anyway, so it just really hit all the right buttons for me. So I met with Alex, and this was kind of funny. We met in Santa Monica, and he was wearing a suit, I believe, right?
That's right.
So I laughed, and I would never have approached, these meetings. We had not seen each other, so he called me over luckily because I said I've never had a creative meeting with a guy in a suit. But anyway, it just sort of went on from there. It was challenging in terms of the budget. We had 2 days. Originally, it was going to be 3 days to shoot. but I got this weird idea that I could shoot it in 2 days with 3 cameras, because I wanted to give it sort of an organic, flowing feel. And also it sort of pushed everyone, pushed the actors big time. They're back there somewhere, having been pushed. So it sort of just challenged everyone to really bring their A game. And I think, what was the question? I completely forgot what the question was. I don't think I liked it, but
I actually can't remember either, but it was something about the genesis of the production. I remember actually we were talking about this on the radio, and you said when you got it, and you said, guess what, we're going to do it. They gave me 3 days, but I'm going to do it in 2.
Right.
It was like Evil Knievel.
Right, exactly.
I got this in 2 days, and we were like, we would like to come down and see you do that.
which you did.
And we did. And actually I was impressed because it was so calm. I was expecting like a cyclone of crazy, but it was so relaxed, that set, and everyone seemed to be really enjoying the whole process,
Right.
which is not always the case, as we all know.
No, well, it was a great group of people, and you know, we all sort of came at it from love. I mean, you know, I was going to say it was a what's a
Passion project.
passion project, which it was sort of, but it was wonderful, great experience, and I hope it showed up today on the screen. Looks pretty good on the screen. I'm sure you wouldn't like it. He doesn't like anything. DPs. Anyway, did you have another question? No, that was it.
No, that's it.
One bad.
I'll show myself up. No, I was just actually very impressed because, you know, in these days, you know, there's a lot of development time, there's a lot of production time, or there's certainly more than 3 days of production time. And I just thought that you guys tackled it pretty well. Do you have any idea where this goes from here, Alex?
Well, we're looking now to approach the SVOD or broadcaster market.
Mm-hmm.
That's our big plan.
How much is this, like, is the entire season 1 mapped out? Are you?
Oh yeah, we have the season 1
Any
is mapped
spoilers?
out, which culminates in the big Darren movie. If you saw the character Darren tonight, he has this big movie at the end of season 1. So it turns out, spoiler, it turns out he doesn't work in a test bathroom. He's an artificial intelligence expert.
We're gonna have to have everyone here killed now.
That's right. Oh jeez. That's right.
The popcorn is poisoned.
That's right.
All right, so give us a moment when you're in your 2 days. What, you had something?
I was going to say, it's sort of, I think it's what you were always going to ask.
Do you want to ask my
The
question?
2-day thing is, yes, the 2-day is not as impressive as it sounds. Only because we did have a couple of rehearsals where we really worked everything out, and the actors were, again, I just want to say they were amazing. More like a theater piece because we're going to be doing 360s and there'll be 3 cameras. So basically, you're always on, even if you don't have lines in the scene. So they had to really create a whole world for themselves, which I think, you know, is not the norm in a television show where we kind of do it a little bit at a time. So that was cool. Was that your question, though? No.
No, but that was a good question. That was a good answer.
Good answer.
To your own question. What's the best memory you take away from this? I mean, it's 2 days of crazy. When did you know, like, in the course of production, like, I got it?
Well, never.
No.
Did you ever?
Never. Yeah, we could reshoot this 100 times. There'd always be something.
Exactly.
There was a little wobble in this one shot that I.
What were you talking about? You know what I mean?
Never mind.
No, it wasn't. Look, I'm only here because friends don't let other friends do their own Q&A.
I know. There's a little history to this which I won't bore you with.
I'm just here to help the process along. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting people. Maybe we should pull someone from the audience down. From here. I'm looking out there and I see Emmy nominee Cindy Campanera. You probably do a better job at this than me. But actually, in all seriousness, we have talked quite a bit about this on the radio.
Yes.
And you have a certain affection for it. And
Great affection.
Eddie, how long since when the first meeting took place to now seeing this tonight? When did that?
It's actually been 1 year to the week.
51 weeks.
Yeah, 51
Less than a year.
weeks. 51 weeks. So 51 weeks, Alex came into town and we got talking about doing this project. And Alex said, "Hey, let's pull the trigger. Let's do this." And we me and Alex and Will and a couple of other guys.
Dave?
Wound up, yeah, Dave. We wound up,
Brzezowski.
yeah,
Brzezowski.
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 And we sat down and we mapped out a whole idea, and it's honestly been less than a year going from coming out of a printer to a screener. And I will tell Alex, I've told Alex this many and many times, he's done more in 20 years in my career that I've seen in this business to go from script to screener and have such an amazing project. I'm so proud of him and happy for him, and I'm just absolutely, I feel fantastic about this project. And thank you so much for putting this together, because you've done more than anybody I think I've ever met in 1 year. So, congratulations.
The heart of the show, which I kind of love the most about it, which is that we don't, there's a very diverse group of people who are in the show, and it's not really ever mentioned. There was that one music cue that was kind of Spanish when she was going crazy, but that was fun. No, but like working with Eddie, it was the scene at the end when he talks to Billy. I said, oh, could you grab that bar stool and just drag it across to this center island? Yeah, sure. It's like, it was just such an amazing experience for me, working with a guy who doesn't let that get in the way.
Thank you.
Which is cool.
Thank you.
The beauty of the show, hopefully, is to open people's eyes up to, that we're all sort of in this together. That sound too sad?
Thank you.
Kind of sad.
No, it's a message that needs to
The
be
other
out
thing,
there.
it's easier for him to go over those turnstile things, which
I paid for bus fare.
All right, Eddie, I got a question. I do a lot of radio work with Michael. Some would say too much, but what was he like as a director? What was Michael like as a director? Give us some Michael Lange on the set moments.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you.
That we can remember forever.
This is my worst Michael Lange directing piece. It was first shot up, day 2. The opening scene was when that kid was spitting beer all over me.
Eric.
I thought Michael could have maybe 1 or 2 takes. No, 12 takes later. I think he had it 1 or 2 takes, but he had this kid spit on me for 8 or 9 additional takes because he just wanted the guy to spit on me and just make wardrobe work a lot more. That was my Michael. We got the take. Kid spit on me 10 times. Makeup, wardrobe. Mike, we're done. No. Spit on him again. Spit on him.
Another take.
I think that's.
I don't think it was 12 takes.
It was. That's fine.
Yeah, Bonnie.
Well, I'll save that for another.
We wouldn't do that to this audience. Too much respect for the audience to put on that. Oh, damn, you made me forget my question.
Good.
Great moderator.
I do what I
Can we
can.
open up for those?
No, we are going to open it up for Q&As, but is there a gag reel to this? Have you put that together yet? And can I see that next?
We actually haven't put together a gag.
No.
I don't think we had time for gags.
Yeah, this is not the gag show.
No, we didn't really have
More of a
time. We
flub
just shot
reel.
everything.
All right.
34 pages, 2 days.
Yeah.
Let's open it up to this fantastic audience. Now we're clipped, we're tethered here. I was going to do the Phil Donahue, but I can't move, so you'll have to,
I know you meant the
scream at us or come up
Come on, anybody.
if you've got any questions.
Which take did you wind up using?
Oh, it's take, it was probably take 1. That's how it works. Usually that's the best one.
But it's funny.
Oh, go ahead, right here in the front.
In watching this, there was,
Stand up.
there was a lot of diversity, but I love the fact that, there's like, I went to a diversity panel at the Screen Actors Guild of Asian actors. But what I loved is Eddie has, a disability, and it's like, to me, why can't that guy be a bar owner? And to me, that's so neat that people like cast people, who are different in roles that can be anybody, and I love that.
Yeah,
Eddie has a statement that he makes. He's played He's played a vet from every war since
1776.
Anytime they needed and
I played them all.
now he's played a guy who owns a bar.
That's a first.
That's right.
Well, when we worked on the film in Spain together, Eddie was doing his own stunts, and he was knocking guys off the bike, the moving bike, and Eddie comes along and clips this guy, and the guy falls off the bike, and then in the short film, The Angel, you know, he did all his own stunt work in that, so, you know, it's a hell of an actor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next question. All right, up here.
How did George come to be and his involvement, and what was that experience like?
Well, this was a dream of Alex's to have, because he's a big Cheers fan. So when he first told me he wanted George Wendt, I thought he was crazy, which I still think he's crazy, but aside from that. And he just was determined to have George in. So we made a deal with George, and originally we were going to have him for 2 days, but then we had to slide our schedule by 1 day, so turns out he wasn't available for the second day of filming. So, you know, we made that work. It wasn't that big. I don't know, if on a big screen, some people might have noticed that it wasn't always George there. On a little screen, hopefully.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
No. Did I say something? I don't know. Anyway, the thing that really was amazing to me, because he's kind of a big deal, and certainly in our little world, he was kind of the biggest deal. So we met him first. He wanted to meet us, so we met him in Hollywood, had a little food. He came, you know, he was just gracious, and then we were talking about that we were having a rehearsal the next day down in Redondo Beach, and I said, don't worry, pardon? Hermosa Beach is what I meant, and so, you know, but I said, you know, don't worry about it, it's pretty far, and I said, no, I'd like to be there. So he came all the way down there, didn't get paid for that day, and just was totally with it. He was completely prepared, he inhabited the character in an amazing way, brought so much that I didn't, you know, think was there. And then he actually added, this was one little, during the rehearsal of the scene when they're also trying to figure out how to solve this problem, he said, I don't think I'd sit at the bar. My plan was sort of keep him at the bar, that way I could get the double the second day and not worry. So he said, no, I think I'd come in, because if I've been coming here for so many years, wouldn't I be part of the family too? And of course, yes. Yes, you would be. So, you know, I like to argue, but not the one I'm going to lose. So he came down, and of course I turned to the AD. We had originally planned to shoot that scene on day 2 when he wasn't available. So I turned to the AD and said, he's not here tonight, right?
No, I don't know.
Okay. No, anyway, I said, okay, so we'll just move scene 6 into day 1. And he's like, well, what? I said, yeah, that's why those little things move. So anyway, we made it work. But he brought so much to it, and it was just, like I said, he was completely invested in the character and the work, and really prepared, and knew all his lines, and he was great. I loved him.
Did you have to block around him? Did he tell you where he was going to sit, or did you?
Is that a fat joke? Did I have to block around him?
Why would you just assume that?
I'm kidding. He had his spot. You know,
he always has his spot. That's why I figured he told you where he was going to sit.
That's right, he did. Well, we did have to reblock a little when he wanted to come down.
Yeah.
Reblock, reschedule.
You can't assume every question I ask is built on some kind of prejudice. I mean, come on. And for the day, George Wendt, your great moment with him, pretty easy? Fun?
Pretty easy. He was great. No, I couldn't have asked for any.
He knows his way around a bar.
You know, yeah, he knows.
All right. Next question.
You're going to have to ask something, or then I'm going to have to do it, and then we're all doomed. Up there, go ahead.
Yes. For Eddie,
Yeah.
your character seemed to care very much about customer service and having
That's a good question. That's a good question right there.
Here's the inspiration.
That's a good question. Is that what your cast members?
No.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, I used to work in a bar. That's my old boss.
question. There was another hand up over here. Go ahead, right here.
Not this question, but the set design was so well done. Was that on a stage or on location? Because it was perfect, down to the balls behind, to the way that the floras, to the worn down favorite spots. Not that I spend time in seedy bars, but
So, yeah, we shot, how that came about is we had looked at a number of locations and studios, and I was adamant that we needed to find a beach bar to shoot a show that takes place in a beach bar. And everybody said, I'm crazy. So Tony Prado and I, we don't take no for an answer. We went to Malibu. We drove all the way from Malibu to Redondo and went to every single beach bar we could find. And I think when we ended up in Hermosa, we found a place called the Poop Deck. And when we walked into the poop deck, I think we both had tears in our eyes because we knew right then and there. The Poop Deck is where we're going to shoot.
All right, next. Wait, over here. Yes, sorry.
Since your timing was so tight, did you allow for improv, or would you pretty much stick to the script?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question. I think that there's all, it's sort of yes and no. The answer is yes and no. I mean, we always allow, if something great comes up, we do obviously allow for it, or I do. I love that. I love, finding something that wasn't there, that came sort of organically. But we did not have a lot of time to, refine stuff. So, that's the answer.
Are you happy with that answer?
I am.
You don't have to be happy.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure you're happy with it.
We did have actually.
Oh, see?
No, there's one. We did have two half days of rehearsals where we did do a little bit of that. There was time for it then. Right?
And George got a lot of it.
And George did some.
She's happy. She's got it. She's got it.
All right. You're happy?
You're sure? Okay. All right, next. Anyone else? Okay, right here. Go.
Hey, Michael. When this goes to series.
Yes.
Yes, 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 when this goes to series.
Sure, I like the way you think.
When this goes to series.
Actually, these days there's almost enough people in this audience to make a network.
Or enough executives.
Are you thinking that this would be like Cheers, like a multi-cam show, or would you shoot it more like a single cam show like this?
No, we're going to shoot it like this, the way we did it. It'll be 3 cameras. I did an episode of the Larry Sanders Show, which was a peak experience for me, and that's how they shot it. That's kind of where I came up with this idea. I think we would probably do more than 2 days, though, in the series.
What was the trade? The trade was
Originally it was 3 cameras. I'm sorry. Originally it was 3 days with 2 cameras, and I said I'd like 2 days with 3 cameras.
And here we are.
And the rest is magic.
All right. Next question. Brian, do you? Wait, is there a hand up there? Yes.
Just casting, who came on first and who how did they come about?
Oh, okay.
Casting question.
Yeah, when I came on, Eddie was already there,
Yeah.
obviously, and then Will
Yeah.
was already there, and
Paulie Mack.
yeah.
And I had written the part of Billy for Jacob.
Yeah, we had hopes for Jake.
We had hopes for him, but we didn't think that it's one of those serendipitous events.
Serendipitous.
There we are, back in the...
And then everyone else in the
And
cast.
Prado came along and brought Michael, and Michael brought Jacob, and
Right.
Yeah, Tony brought Michael and brought Jacob and brought the project to life, breathe life into it.
yeah.
Thank
And
you.
that was another amazing thing, because we were on the SAG ultra low budget agreement, and it was incredible how many actors came in, excellent actors came in, and again, just gave all their heart and auditioned for the parts, and the ones who got them were obviously the ones we liked the best, but there were plenty of other, really good actors. It's amazing to me that people are so passionate about this profession. I love it.
All right.
Michael, Larry, Bones.
What?
Right here.
You were director on Bones, right?
That's right. I directed a number of episodes of Bones.
Exactly. You were hilarious. And Ian, I tried to get Ian here tonight, Ian Twinton.
I know, he couldn't make it. He emailed me.
Exactly.
That's no excuse.
I want episode 2!
There we go.
There we go. Let's go to
Do you have anyone in the audience you'd like to thank? Should we call out? Some of your
I
players?
don't remember anyone's name.
Oh, come on.
Would you like to thank anyone? And then we
I want to thank Tony, of course, Tony Cotto, and Julie Scrimger, and everybody that was involved. From the beginning. Dave Wazowski, of course, Bill Series, everybody. It was a real team effort.
Anything closing?
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for coming. And a haiku, that's right. Oh boy, a lot of pressure. Let's see, haiku. Thank you for
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for coming back.
Subscribe to this channel before you look uncool.